If you have cleaned up your diet, if you are exercising regularly, if you are doing all the things you are supposed to do for healthy aging, and you still feel tired, foggy, and a step slower than you used to, this video is for you. Because the real reason your energy fades with age is not on your plate. It's happening deep inside your cells. And once you understand it, you get a far more useful way to think about aging well. For a long time, scientists assumed that the energy decline we feel as we get older came mostly from genetic damage piling up inside our cells over the years. Damage you could not really do anything about. But newer research is pointing somewhere much more hopeful. It centers on your mitochondria. You have probably heard them called the powerhouses of the cell. That is true, but it sells them short. Mitochondria do not just make energy. They communicate. They adapt. They repair themselves. And the most important thing to understand is that they do not work alone. Healthy mitochondria join together into connected networks. They merge and reorganize so they can share energy and resources and fix each other when something goes wrong. Scientists call that merging process mitochondrial fusion. It's what keeps your whole cellular energy system resilient. Now here's where the new science gets interesting. A 2026 study from the Leibniz Institute on Aging, published in the journal Nature Communications, looked at what actually drives that system to break down with age. The researchers focused on a membrane lipid called phosphatidylcholine. Think of it as one of the main building blocks that keeps the outer walls of your mitochondria soft and flexible. What they found is that the body makes less of this lipid as we age. And when those membranes lose their flexibility, the mitochondria can no longer fuse into healthy networks. They fragment. They become isolated. And the cell's ability to produce energy falls right along with them. Sit with what that means for a moment. You can eat an immaculate diet, and if the power grid inside your cells is fragmenting, you are feeding a system that cannot fully use what you are giving it. That is why just eat healthier is so often not the whole answer. The food matters, but so does the condition of the engines that process it. Here is the genuinely encouraging part of that study. The decline was not a one-way street. When the researchers restored that membrane lipid in their model organisms, the mitochondrial network shifted back toward a younger, more connected state. The conclusion they drew was careful but striking. Some of these age-related changes may be influenceable rather than fixed. Now, this was early research, largely in model organisms, not a finished human protocol. But the direction is clear. Mitochondrial health is a lever you can actually work with. It is not a life sentence. So the real question for healthy aging is not only what you eat, it is how will you support the engines doing the work. Your mitochondria. And there are several ways to do that. Choline-rich foods like eggs give your body raw material it uses to make that very membrane lipid. Movement and sleep matter enormously. And then there is supporting your mitochondria more directly, which is the piece most people's routines skip entirely. That last piece is where mitochondria comes in, and I want to be precise about what I am saying here. The aging study I just walked you through was about the broader picture of mitochondrial and membrane health. It was not a study of mitochondria or any product. What mitochondria does is bring together two ingredients that researchers have studied specifically in the context of mitochondrial function. The first is CoQ10. It plays a direct role in the electron transport chain. That is the series of steps your mitochondria use to actually generate energy. It is one of the most studied compounds for supporting that process, and your natural levels of it tend to decline as you age. The second is PQQ. It has been researched for its role in supporting mitochondrial biogenesis. That is your body's process of building brand new mitochondria, working through what is called the PGC1 alpha pathway. More healthy mitochondria means more total capacity for your cells to produce energy. Together, CoQ10 and PQQ are formulated to support healthy mitochondrial function and steady cellular energy. Not a magic fix. A way to support the engines as part of the bigger healthy aging picture. I want to be fully transparent with you. The link in the description below is an affiliate link. I might earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. I only share what I genuinely think is helpful. If supporting your cellular energy is something you have been trying to figure out, check the link in the description below to learn more about mitochondria. And if this changed the way you think about the connection between aging and energy, subscribe. Every week we break down the real cellular science of healthy aging in plain language you can actually use. This video is for educational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making changes to your diet or lifestyle.